So the storm system that's moving in for the weekend is going to bring us a lot of wind, a lot of rain across the area. We're missing out on the big snow. That's going to be to our west where there's winter storm warnings, winter storm watches in effect. The areas that are going to be right along that Roanoke to Charlottesville area and those high elevations, they're going to get the big snow from the storm system. Probably close to a foot or more than a foot of snow in a lot of places. I wouldn't recommend or advise any travel Sunday as this thing moves in from the south. So for your Saturday, tomorrow, we're going to see a lot of clouds, a colder day with highs in the 30s, wind chills in the 20s. But on Sunday, that's a time when we're looking forward to because that's when we start to see some of this rain and snow moving into the area. Around Ahoskie, maybe even around Edenton, we could have a few snowflakes falling around 6 a.m. As we advance into time by 2 more hours, that same area changes over to mostly rainfall. But now we see the snow falling around Franklin, moving towards or close to Suffolk. You could get some snowflakes and maybe even kind of cutting the peninsula and the middle peninsula in half, where there could be some snow developing in this corridor within a few hours after 8 o'clock in the morning. So let's advance it. Let's see what's going on. There it is right there. So it could briefly start as snow in your area and then change over the rain. Now for the rest of the Hampton Roads cities like Hampton, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, into Elizabeth City, North Carolina, Norfolk, Portsmouth, all going to be rain as it starts. The wind, not very strong. Note the wind speed here, around 10 miles an hour. So it's not very strong on the wind speed, but we will see the wind increase throughout the day. Now the interesting thing about the storm is that easterly wind pushes this warm air more and more inland throughout the day. So if you need to leave on Sunday, you have to do it in the morning, because if you're leaving at 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. even, that could be too late because the snow will be able to beat you to Richmond if you can't get there by, I would say, a good 10 or 11 o'clock. By noon, it's already coming down to Richmond, and it's already a big snowstorm. Even though they don't have that much snow on the ground at this point, it's a big snow event. If you absolutely have to get to Richmond and it's Sunday afternoon, maybe wait until Sunday evening, as they'll start to see rain falling into their area by around 2 o'clock, and that'll start to melt the snow. Now, beyond Richmond, north on 95 or to the north and west on 64, it's going to be snowing all late morning, all day long, and they're going to get the really heavy stuff, and travel may be impossible if they shut down some of the freeways because of the rate of snow that comes down during that afternoon. Now, the good news is that the storm system will move out Sunday night. However, for us in Hampton Roads, we're not done with it yet Sunday evening. Look at all of this rain over our area at Sunday at 6 p.m. And look at the wind, too, out of the southeast at 26 miles an hour. Now, we might have gusts that are even stronger than that. But then the rain starts to move out. The wind changes direction. It starts to slow down a bit. And then the storm system's gone. It'll move out Sunday night, and by Monday, we should be looking at a dry day. Still windy, though. So here's a look at the possible snow. Excuse me. The snow is going to be heaviest for western areas of Virginia, Roanoke and also Charlottesville. Richmond, not getting that much. Williamsburg, you're really not going to get anything. You will get some snow falling, but the rain will come in so fast, it should help to prevent the roads from getting slippery and icy. Just be careful, though, in the morning because things always change a little bit, but I'm not expecting a lot of snow on the ground around Williamsburg, Franklin, or Ahoskie. Maybe right away, and then it'll melt. So enjoy it while it lasts. Here's a look at our wind speed on Sunday. 42-mile-an-hour gusts for Virginia Beach, 51-mile-an-hour gusts for Hatteras, Sunday at 4 o'clock. Sunday at 9 p.m. Look at the gusts near Hatteras, close to 70. Look at the gusts near Virginia Beach, 56 miles an hour. So right at the shore, the gusts will be really strong. Inland, we'll still have gusts around 40 miles an hour. That could create some tidal flooding. The tide is expected to be at its peak or highest tide Sunday evening at 8:23 p.m. That's when it'll be at 5.2 feet. That's subject to change, especially with the heavy rain coming down a few hours before that. We could see tidal flooding that may appear higher than that. Remember 2 weeks ago on a Monday, we had that tidal flooding? The forecast a few days before was the same. It was around 5 feet, and that ended up being at 6 feet. This storm's a little different, though, because we don't have as much wind out of the north. We have wind more out of the east. So that may help, but it may not prevent it. So be careful about that tide Sunday night. I'd move your car if you're in a tide-prone area. The impacts. Most of the snow, I-95 and to the west. The wind gusts 25 to 35 miles an hour Gusts actually should be 45 miles an hour, the wind speed rather, 25 to 35 miles an hour. Stronger gusts at the shore. Tidal flooding expected Sunday night. Then the storm moves out. We start to see that cool west wind push in. You can see a couple of flurries there on the map too, moving through the area, but we're not going to get any of that, it looks like. So that's what we're looking forward to. A soggy Sunday, but we should be okay. Hopefully we won't have any power outages. Enjoy your weekend. We'll have updates throughout the weekend. Steve Fundero will be here with updates coming up tomorrow, so look for any changes to that forecast then. Have a good night.